Isolation breeds suspicion. When someone lives too far from town, keeps their own counsel, and chooses the company of the woods over congregation, the town eventually gives them a title. Not healer, not herbalist, not neighbor, but witch. In the mountains, that word often says more about the people speaking it than the woman it belongs to. Shocker. Miss Lottie Pike lived alone in Copperhead Hollow. Her cabin sat at the end of a dirt road that thinned into deer paths. She kept 3 black dogs and knew the forest better than any hunter. People noticed things about Lottie. She never seemed to age at the right speed. Years passed. Her hair stayed dark. Her back stayed straight. She gathered herbs that others didn't recognize. Then when the storms rolled over the ridge, the lights in her cabin never flickered. Eventually, the timber company set its sights on the hollow. Mill owner wanted the trees. Old growth oak, straight trunks, good money. But the land was Lottie's. So one afternoon, the mill owner and the sheriff's deputy rode out to her cabin. They explained the situation politely. The trees would be harvested. The land would be cleared. Lottie listened, didn't argue, didn't raise her voice. She just looked at the mill owner for a long moment and said quietly, "The trees will drink you first." The men laughed it off. A week later, the mill owner was in the woods overseeing a logging crew. A heavy chain snapped under tension. It whipped across the clearing and pinned them beneath a falling oak. By the time the dust settled, the forest was silent again. Lottie Pike kept her land, and the timber company never tried again. Fun fact, in Appalachian history, it wasn't uncommon for women to live alone in remote hollows. Some were widows, some inherited land, and some simply preferred the quiet. But independence made people uneasy. A woman who didn't rely on neighbors was often rumored to have powers. Sometimes these rumors protected her because once someone gained a reputation for witchcraft, most folks decided it was safer to leave her alone. We often fear people who don't need us. Lottie Pike's real crime wasn't witchcraft, it was independence. The mountains are full of women who trusted the timber and soil more than the laws of men. And sometimes the land trusted them back. So if you ever walk past a lonely cabin at the very end of a dirt road, lower your voice. Respect the boundary. Until next time, stay curious and always, always stay haunted.